Oh hey guys, welcome to another science video. So today we have a really cool and really easy project. It's going to teach us a lot about airplanes and a lot of other technologies too. So let's take a look at some of the science behind this project. We're looking at Bernoulli's principle, which states that the faster air flows over an object, the less it pushes down on that object. So this is a little bit hard to explain. It's definitely harder than the project itself. But let's think about an airplane. So when an airplane is going forward, we'll say in this direction, then the air on top of the wings of the plane are moving the air on top of them a lot faster than it would normally move. This creates a low pressure system on top of the plane. But on the bottom of the plane, it's creating a high pressure system. And so air is still pushing up against the bottom of the wings of the plane, but because that air is moving so quickly across the top of the wings, then that's a low pressure system. And so for our purposes today, we're going to say a low pressure system means that there's lower gravity. And if you're a meteorologist looking at me right now, it's not quite that simple. It's just that for our purposes today, to explain the phenomenon that's going on, we want to say that a low pressure system is going to mean lower gravity for an airplane or another object. And so when we have our contraption right here, what's going on is that we are creating the same situation. We're making somewhat of a tunnel. There's very high pressure that's going on either side of the foam ball. But since the air is going on top of the ball as well, and it's moving very quickly on top of the ball, that's creating a low pressure system. And so there's less air pushing down on the ball and more high pressure pushing up on it. And so we've kind of created a bit of a high pressure tunnel in which the ball can't really escape very easily. It tries to stabilize itself and it might wiggle a little bit to try and get to that higher pressure air, but it can't really do that because the higher pressure air on either side of it is blocking its way. All right, so let's get to it. Let's make the project. So let's start, as we always start, by taking a look at our materials. So we have a Dixie cup, and it should have some little cuts along the side. We have a styrofoam ball, just like this. We have a couple stickers right here. And then we have a straw. You're gonna be sure to either wash your hands before making this project or to not touch the end of the straw. In fact, I would suggest a little bit of both because you're going to be blowing out of this end of the straw and you don't wanna get any germs on it. So I would recommend washing your hands before you make this project and then still avoid touching that end of the straw. All right. And we don't have a pencil inside of the bag, but we're gonna have you guys get one of your pencils at home. Make sure that it's super sharp, and this is going to be our first step. So our first step is we are going to flip the Dixie cup upside down, just like this. And we're going to make a hole using our pencil. So this shouldn't take too much pressure and we don't want the hole to be very big at all. So just watch me before you try it yourself. You're gonna put your pencil about right in the middle of the Dixie cup, just like this. You might even wanna make a little dot there. Then once you have your little dot right in the middle where you want it, slowly, very, very slowly, kind of twist your pencil down. You want to make sure it's super slow so that you're not making the hole too big. All right, so you should have a hole that looks like this. Your next step is you're going to take one of your stickers. You're going to peel it off. They peel off really easily, just like that. Now you're going to use the other end of the straw, this end. You can touch this end. This is not the end that you're going to be blowing into. And you're going to take the end of your sticker. Don't start it in the middle, start it at the end. It's gonna be a lot easier. and then you're just going to wrap it around your straw. Now, what this is doing is this is making the straw a little bit thicker because our pencil is just a little bit bigger than the straw. And we want to make sure that our straw fits in our Dixie cup pretty snugly. So we can try it now, or we can use the other sticker that we have. I'm going to try mine now to see how snugly it fits. Okay, it fits pretty snug, but I want it to be just a little bit tighter. So I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to take my other sticker, just like this. Remember, we're going to start it at the end, not at the middle. Maybe find where the other sticker left off and start there. And we're just going to slowly wrap our sticker around our straw. Again, making it even thicker so that it fits snugly into our cup. Okay, so that fits super snug, just like that. And our last step is we're just going to take these cut slits and we are going to bend them, almost like we're bending flower petals. So this step is pretty easy and pretty fun as well, especially with springtime coming up. You can think of flowers. We could even decorate this if we wanted to. We could even turn it into a flower, just like this. So this project is extremely easy. It's not quite as easy to blow the styrofoam ball up in the air as you might think, so we're gonna go over that in just a second. All right, so we should have something that looks like this. If you don't have something that looks like this, then I would review the video just a little bit. So it's not as easy as it looks, like I just said, to make sure that your styrofoam ball is blowing up. If we try to blow it up like this, half the time it won't work, maybe more than half the time. See, it's not going up. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to want to put your finger over the air, over the cup, and kind of feel where the air is coming from. Maybe it's more toward the middle, maybe it's kind of pointing a little toward the side. I know that these probably aren't completely straight, so it could be going and pointing in any direction, but we wanna make sure that we know where it's blowing. So once we've found that with our finger, then we're going to hover our styrofoam ball in midair and start blowing on it. And then once we know that our styrofoam ball has found the airstream, that it's right on top of it, then we're gonna let go of it. So remember that we're creating a low pressure system on the top because the air is moving very quickly over the top of the ball, and high pressure systems on the sides and also on the bottom of the ball is pushing it upward. We're creating a high pressure system pushing the ball upward and a low pressure system on the top. So there's not a lot of forces pushing it downward. Sorry about that. So the challenge that I have for you guys is, can you think of something else that you can lift up with your device here? So it has to be something relatively light because we need to be able to lift it up just with our breath, and our lungs might not be that strong. So it has to be light, but it also has to be something that has a fair amount of surface area. And I want you to try this out with a few different things, because if you were to use a figurine or like a toy army soldier, this wouldn't work because it doesn't have enough surface area that air can go quickly over the top of it. And so it's not creating that low pressure system that you need in order to keep it propelled up. So when you're experimenting, let us know what you think. Let us know what you find out, what works, what doesn't work. Have your lungs surprised you? Have you been able to levitate things that you didn't expect to be able to? And with that said, I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you learned a little bit about how airplanes work. And if you'd like more information on us and possibly to sign up for our after-school program, you can contact us here. Until next time, guys.